In this episode, I'm going to show you how to stop procrastinating in your life and get things done. Let's rise. Rising to be. Rising to be productive. Rising to be organized. Rising to be inspired. Who are you rising to be? New podcast every Tuesday, new videos every Wednesday and Saturday. Today's episode is about how to stop procrastinating in your life and get things done. So let's get started. Take the fuss out of what you're having for dinner using Rising to Be's Grocery Gladiator printable bundle. The customizable meal planner helps you to prep and plan your meals ahead of time. And you can even add links to your favorite Pinterest recipes to try out for later. Use the shopping list custom categories to never forget anything while shopping for your groceries. Keep track of your exercises, daily steps, water intake, body measurements, and other fitness goals you have throughout the week and month to track your fitness progress using the Grocery Gladiator bundle. 3 unique color options to choose from. Available now at risingtobe.com and on Etsy. Hello everyone, I'm Christina B and welcome to the Rising to Be Show, the only place on the internet where I help you rise to be who you want to be, helping you rise to be productive, organized, and inspired so that you can reach your goals. I upload new videos and podcasts every single week, so be sure to subscribe as a riser so that you won't miss anything. We currently are on the road to 1,500 YouTube subscribers, and I'd love for you to be a part of the journey. Shop for workbooks, printables, and stickers at risingtobe.com and shop the Women's History Month sale and save 30% off your entire order only at risingtobe.com. And last but not least, this very episode would not be possible without the support of our Rising to Be patrons and channel members. Thank you. Now let's get into this episode. Tip 1. Remove procrastination. The only difference between success and failure is the ability to take action. Alexander Graham Bell. Sometimes the only way to stop procrastinating is by removing it from your life. If you know that specific things in your life distract you, then start being more aware of them and try not to give into what you've always done. If you've always gone left when you should have actually gone right, this is probably why you never were able to actually complete what you needed to get done. If you can remove what distracts you from where you are working, like that book you've always been meaning to read, instead of getting started on what you actually need to accomplish, you may instead crack that book open and finally start reading it. When you should actually remove the book from the room if it's calling your name and distracting you. You can also use the same tactic with other things that are distracting you from getting things done. Take time to deliberate, of course, but when the time for action arrives, stop thinking and go in. Napoleon Bonaparte. Tip 2. Procrastinate with purpose. Time you enjoy wasting is not wasted time. Martha Trolley Curtin. Look, believe it or not, sometimes procrastinating isn't exactly a bad thing. Sometimes it can actually be a sign that you are in fact working too hard. Sometimes when you are procrastinating frequently, it can be a sign that you are cramming way too hard. So listen to these feelings. Pay attention to these signals when your brain is immediately wandering, when you should be writing and completing a term paper for this semester. Even if you just step away for a few minutes to go for a walk or even play a game on your phone for a few minutes, it's okay. Now I must say, if you do decide to play a game on your phone, make sure to at least set a timer on your phone as well. I would hate for your break to turn into an hour-long distraction, and then you never actually return to getting what you need to get done. See, that's the thing. Your break should never be longer than the time you spend working. And this thought process is also a part of the Pomodoro method, a time management method developed by Francesco Cirillo in the late 1980s. The technique uses a timer to break down work into intervals, traditionally 25 minutes in length, separated by short breaks, and you can even use this technique effectively and increase your focus. I covered this in a previous video and will link it above and to the podcast notes. You may delay, but time will not. Benjamin Franklin. Tip 3. Anti-procrastination tactics. Only put off until tomorrow what you are willing to die having left undone. Pablo Picasso. Believe it or not, but procrastination is a habit, and it should be treated as such. Bad behaviors are just that, a pattern. You're not bad, you've just been making bad decisions that slowly become ingrained in you. So by taking time to adopt and build up your anti-procrastination strategies, you'll be able to get more done in your day, but have extra time to do things you actually enjoy doing. Because after all, isn't that what productivity is all about anyway? Accomplishing what you need to do so that you are freeing up time to do what you actually want to do. Please understand that if you have been procrastinating for a long time, that this won't be able to get solved in one night. You can't stop your bad habits until you figure out a replacement for them. Here is a list of procrastination replacements that you can use today. Reminding yourself of the end goal. Thinking of what you'll be able to do once the task is already done. Stay committed to your word and who you promised your best effort to. Think of a reward you deserve for all your hard work. Ask someone to check your progress till you complete the task. And lastly, rephrase what you say. Stop saying this is going to take forever. Instead, say, I'll get this done in no time, and still have time to binge watch Good Girls on Netflix. A year from now, you may wish you had started today. Karen Lamb. YouTube commenter Akeem Sterling. Hopefully I said your name correctly. These are great tips. Thanks so much for your comment, Akeem Sterling. Tip 4, get real with yourself. Following through is the only thing that separates dreamers from people that accomplish great things. Gene Hayden. In order to tackle procrastination in your life, you have to first recognize what is making you procrastinate in the first place. Do you sometimes pretend to clean up your house when you should actually be completing a report? Do you go through 20-something playlists just to find the perfect song to get started on a task? Telling yourself that everything in your life has to be perfect for you to actually get something done is irrational. Why? Because there will never be a perfect time to start a task. You have to want to get your to-do list done. You have to want to stop pushing important tasks off till next week. If those major tasks are going to suck up a lot of your time, then just commit to accomplishing one of them in your day, and then moving on to another major task the next day, and keep going till you finally get it done. You have to be willing to finally give up the excuses in your life and finally boss up, because when you do, you'll probably realize it wasn't so bad and that you could have gotten it done a lot sooner, trust me. If you procrastinate when faced with a big difficult problem, break the problem into parts and handle one part at a time. Robert Collier. Share this awesome episode with someone you know who needs it to help them rise to be who they want to be. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I hate for you to miss the next episode. Now let's get into our recap. So let's do a quick recap just in case you missed a tip. Tip 1, remove procrastination. Tip 2, procrastinate with a purpose. Tip 3, anti-procrastination tactics. Tip 4, get real with yourself. Do you want even more Rising to Be in your life? Then join the Rising to Be Patreon. It helps you support the channel and other forms of content. There's 3 tiers to choose from, starting as low as $4. So here's a breakdown of Tier 1. You get access to the monthly wallpapers for your computer and phone to keep you motivated and inspired all month long. You get to choose one monthly video topic, and of course, you get a Patreon shout out in my next video. Tier 2 has access to monthly wallpapers. You get to choose one monthly video topic, early access to videos, and of course, a Patreon shout out in my next video. Tier 3 has access to the monthly wallpapers. They get to choose 2 monthly video topics and 1 podcast topic. Early access to videos and podcasts, a Patreon shout out in my next video, and of course exclusive access to my printable collection from my Etsy store, Risingtobe. And it's only available through Patreon and Etsy, so this is something you really want to jump on. There are 3 tiers to choose from. I plan on adding even more as we go along. So I hope you'll consider joining the Patreon Risers. Keep rising to be who you want to be. Thank you so much for stopping by and pressing play. I truly appreciate it. I hope this episode was helpful to you. Let me know down below in the comments or your podcast review which tip you'll be using. Watch next week's episode early by joining my Patreon for exclusive content. There's 3 tiers to choose from at patreon.com/risingtobe. And before I go, I just want to take a moment to thank Elise W. and Rose W., Tier 3 patrons. This episode would not be possible without the support of Rising to Be patrons and channel members. Thank you. Keep rising to be who you want to be. Bye, Risers!